All right, today we're diving into a world where reality itself is, well, it's fraying at the seams. It's this completely surreal dreamscape where the basic rules of existence are just falling apart. And our only guide through all the chaos is a philosophical talking cat. So let's get right into it. Our story kicks off right where our hero, Fetalus, wakes up. They're in this watery, blurry, undefined space, and their first thought isn't just, where am I? No, it's way deeper than that. It's a dive headfirst into this massive, dizzying question about what it even means to know something. Yeah, this isn't just about being a little groggy in the morning. From the absolute first second, Files is wrestling with these huge ideas about identity, about knowledge, and about whether they can even trust what their own eyes are seeing. Faley's mind just explodes with questions, right? It spirals from something as basic as, hey, am I a fish, all the way to the core of philosophy itself. How do I even know what a fish is? This whole opening just puts reality on trial from the get-go. So after pulling themselves out of the water, Thales comes face to face with a creature that is about to absolutely demolish every single assumption they have left about how the world is supposed to work. And you guessed it, it's a talking cat. And look, this isn't just some cartoon cat spouting one-liners. This cat is a full-blown philosopher. And it offers this bizarre, almost scientific-sounding theory for why they can suddenly talk to each other. It says there's a universal protein, the very thing that keeps all species separate, and it's just disintegrating. So let's really unpack the cat's big theory here. This universal protein is supposedly the biological backbone of all life, the code that makes a cat and a human a human. And according to our new feline friend, that fundamental programming is crashing. And that's why everything is getting so weird. And this is what is so fantastic about the cat, right? This amazing split personality. One minute, it's lecturing on the collapse of the known universe, and the next, it's demanding a snack. It's the perfect mix of a cosmic sage and, well, a very self-centered house cat. So when Funnels asks, how on earth does a cat know all this stuff? The cat lets another secret slip. You know that blank, 1,000-yard stare your cat gives you? Well, apparently they're not just spacing out. They're actually tapping into cosmic data servers, just downloading info straight from the universe. Who knew, right? So Felis wanders into a village nearby, probably thinking, okay, a talking cat, that has to be the weirdest it's gonna get. Nope. Turns out, the whole world seems to be having one big existential crisis. The very first piece of evidence that something is wrong everywhere comes from, get this, a walking shark hybrid. And it's not just walking, it's speaking in this frantic, poetic way, crying about its lost shield of understanding. And then there are the villagers. They're all completely lost in their own heads, questioning where they are, if they're even conscious. It's the exact same kind of confusion that Felis felt when they first woke up. And finally, just to really dial up the weirdness, a werewolf shows up. And this werewolf actually confirms the cat's whole story, but from this angry, aggressive point of view. It talks about a big feud with the cat over this universal protein, adding this whole other layer of strange conflict to the mix. So as Phelis walks through the village, all these little stories start to add up. One person feels reality rumbling at the atomic level. Another thinks they might have just popped into existence, just like Phelis. The shopkeeper is just having more thoughts. It all points to the same scary idea. Something essential has broken. But in its rage, the werewolf actually gives Phelis the next big clue. It yells that the cat stole the protein and ran off into the ocean. Now that's a place a cat really shouldn't be, which perfectly sets the stage for the story's final, truly mind-bending act. So Fuddles follows the cat down into the depths of the ocean. A place that should be deadly becomes this surreal stage, like an underwater ballroom, where the final ultimate explanation for everything is about to be revealed, through a dance. And down there, underwater, the cat just changes. It's not a quirky, hungry animal anymore. It reveals itself as something so much deeper. A psychological symbol, an archetype that lives inside the collective subconscious of every single mind. And with that massive bombshell dropped, the cat extends an invitation. Now, shall we dance? And this is way more than just a dance. It's an act that's going to merge their two identities and finally explain everything. Okay, so this dance is basically the entire story's climax, laid out in 5 incredible steps.
First, the cat reveals they're not talking, they're linked to a singular brain. Then, we learn Phila's is just the cat's reflection, its human-shaped way of interacting with the world. Then Phila's realizes they're moving without even thinking about it, as the two of them synthesize, becoming two sides of the same coin. And then, the final jaw-dropping reveal. Together, they are the complete archetype of cat. Phila's is the conscious outward part, and the cat is the hidden subconscious part.
But here's the kicker. Right after this massive, reality-defining revelation, the cat admits something truly amazing: doubt. It confesses that the whole universal protein theory, that was just a test, an experiment. Even as this grand archetypal being, it doesn't actually have all the answers. And that's where the story leaves us. Not with some neat, tidy answer, but with this beautiful, uncertain exchange. Fazl says, possibly, and the cat replies, verily. It's an ending that just completely embraces ambiguity, leaving all of us to wonder about the shaky, dreamlike nature of our own minds. I mean, what part of you is the conscious face you show the world, and what's the hidden underbelly?